Hey, what's good guys? Welcome back to TechSmartt for the video I've been waiting to make, hoping to make, and I'm about to make. So you guys have heard of the iPhone XR. There's been a few videos on the channel. We've done a drop test, iPhone XR, and 3, 2, flamethrowing test, even a scratch test.
Oh, that's like some Friday the 13th. Keep going.
If you guys have missed those, get subscribed so you don't, or just check them out in the iCard right up there. The iPhone XR, though, has been a phone that has continued to surprise me every single day I have used it. If you can make a phone at the right price and offer the right specs and kind of right selling point, I'm all for it. And that's what the iPhone XR is. Hey Keaton, why are you riding the iPhone XR so hard? And that's a really good question. For me, it's a few things. It's the price, it's the specs, it's the timing, and honestly, it's the color. So right in front of me, I have the two iPhone XRs I've been loving. The XR, the XR, we're just gonna go between both because we can, right? Having up to 6 colors to pick from, honestly, is refreshing. I hope more phone companies do this. I know OnePlus is super big into it. I know Samsung is with making some of their custom Marvel editions. And I think they're fun, and if you can release them on launch date and give everyone the chance to pick them up, that's awesome. And that's really why I chose the yellow XR as my daily driver, and that really goes into the whole price. The XR starts at $750. Think about that for a sec. With the iPhone XS, as I'm almost about to do a drop test, the iPhone XS starts at $1,000, and then the XS Max with the new 6.5-inch screen starts at $1,100. So let's just break this down. Here are the phones that Apple is selling this year. On the right, we have the XS, then the XS Max in the center, and then the XR, each with kind of a few different specs, and honestly, just a whole refresh. There's nothing groundbreaking on the XS and XS Max. In my opinion, I think it really shines on the XR, and here's where it gets spicy. For $750, $1,100, and $1,000, which phone are you gonna wanna pick? One that has the same camera as all the other expensive phones, the same chip and processor, the A12 in all 3 phones, Face ID in all 3 phones. It really is kind of, why are you spending more money when you have something with a 6.1-inch screen? It's larger than the iPhone X in 2017. It's larger than the iPhone XS. For me, 6.1 inches is that perfect screen size, and honestly, I can't wait for this to be OLED. The panel's gonna look amazing, and the price, when in time and in the future, I could see them keeping this at $750 and basically recycling all the great features in the XS Max in about a year's time. If it's in something that costs $750, I'm all for it. And what's amazing is, because I saved $250 by not getting the XS, or $350 with the XS Max, I can now spend that money on cases, wireless chargers, because all 3 phones have it, or what I could do is actually get a 128GB iPhone XR for only $50 more. That's right, you've heard it. It is time to say it. Apple, the killers of the headphone jack, the inventors of the notch, whatever you want to call them, they finally are coming to their senses on more of a budget but not budget phone. For $50 more, you can double the storage. At purchase, right then and there, that means for $800, you're getting a phone you could basically use for 2, maybe 3 years. And the reason why the XR is such a big deal, whether you might love it or hate it or even believe it, this phone's for the people that have iPhone 6Ss. That's right, the ones that were on the 5S, didn't want to get the 6, wanted to wait, got the 6S, and then haven't done anything since. There's a lot of you out there. If you're there, drop a comment. A bunch of you guys are my friends in real life, and I love seeing the 6Ss. They're still chugging hard. But now you have a XR, and this thing has the same specs as basically the XS and XS Max, with the exception of 3GB of RAM in here versus 4 on here. So if you're really switching between apps and need a powerhouse of a phone, the XS is where you gotta go. The XR is basically for everyone else. So with that $750 price tag, what are you missing out on? And there's some things that I thought I'd really be missing because I didn't pick up a XS or XS Max. I did, okay, that's why they're here. But in terms of my daily driver, which I put my SIM card into, what phone do I want to use and where am I okay compromising? And that's where I was really shocked and why I made so many XR versus XS Max and XS videos. In the drop tests, as you saw, with the 10R being made out of aluminum versus steel on the 10S, you'd think they're cutting down on materials because they are, and that means price can be a little less and you're basically gonna have a phone that'll break. That's what I thought. But what I actually found out in the drop tests and hitting both with the flamethrower and scratching both is the 10R is a beast. Literally, it is a beast of a phone. It is the most durable iPhone I have seen in a very long time. And that definitely kind of comes with a few sacrifices. With the 10R over the 10S, you're not getting that OLED panel, that beautiful screen with the inky blacks. It's a beautiful panel. Honestly, OLED panels are my favorite, I'll say it now. With the 10R, you're getting an LCD with kind of a thicker bezel, and the way that works is the lights taper off towards the edges to kind of give that effect. The difference with OLED and LCD is how it's powered. So with the 10R, it's just one light underneath all those pixels. With OLED and the 10S, it's individual. And why this is such a big deal is with the 10R, I thought battery life was just gonna suck. You know, you're compromising on price. It's what you'd expect, right? The only reason I picked up the 10S Max and paid the $1,250 price tag for this one, the 256 gig, my personal one, is battery life. For me, I am a power user. I'm always on email, always on Snap, Insta. You guys know, it's just TechSmartt in case you didn't know. It's a big deal to have a phone that can actually last you an entire day and still give you everything you want. And that's what I thought the 10S Max would be, but I'm finding a little bit better usage than the iPhone 10 compared to the 10S. It's a little bit better because yeah, there is a bigger battery, and that all changed. The 10R, after using it for 5 days, I have actually been able to finish the day out with around 30% battery. So for me, that's lasting an extra hour or two longer than the iPhone 10s Max or iPhone 10s. That's just what I've been seeing. Could just be me, how I'm actually using the 10R. It might be adjusting how I'm using my phone. I mean, it's not a 6.5 inch screen, it's 6.1 inches. So maybe I'm changing with this phone. Whatever it is, I like it. I like how much money I saved. I like everything it's about. You guys know everything there is to know about the 10R. There are a ton of YouTube videos on it. And really, it's up to you to pick out if you like the 10R or don't. And vote up in the iCard which is your favorite color, because that's really the biggest sell with the 10R is you're getting a little bit of color, you're getting a little bit of a different experience, we'll say. You're getting a wider camera lens because there's only one on the back instead of two. And yeah, you're getting better battery life. I was shocked. Honestly, this video surprised me. The whole idea of the 10R really surprised me. From watching videos to taking photos to literally just Insta-storying, it feels okay. One thing that looks weird though is the display. I'm so used to the iPhone 10s Max with those inky blacks and just what OLED looks like, and that's really the only drawback. And yeah, that's obvious. You're getting kind of a okay screen compared to this amazing screen if you really think about it. But okay is sometimes all right. And what I've seen is when I've actually pulled up the viewfinder to like take a photo, it looks a little grainy. And then when I actually like post a photo and check that photo on like an OLED phone, so 10s Max, it looks really good. And that's because it's the same 12 megapixel camera as both phones. The difference is you don't have that telephoto option that you do on the 10s or 10s Max. So you guys basically know what this is about. The iPhone 10R is a phone I totally recommend buying. I think it's kind of the surprise that I wasn't expecting from Apple this year, and that's super rare. I've been doing this whole iPhone thing for, what, 8 years now? I've been loving everything Apple's made throughout the years, but honestly, I just felt kind of bored with where things were going until the 10R showed up. It seems that this could be what the iPhone 5C tried to do, just now it can actually happen. Tim Cook, literally this wouldn't have happened if you weren't the supply chain man. It wouldn't. It wouldn't. This would not actually happen. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed kind of a little bit different style. If you did, drop a like on it. And if you want, get subscribed if you're new. Hit that circle button down there. It'll get you all subscribed up. Hit the Insta story if you guys don't know what's going on behind the scenes. And make sure you guys check out these two videos right after this. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.